Okay, so as a new dad, I have been exposed to things I never thought I would ever watch. Um, my baby was born last November, and all through the pandemic and lockdowns and being at home, she's 9 months old now. It's been pretty wild because we do a lot of streaming for some entertainment, along with her playing with blocks and toys and reading books to her. And we ordered Disney Plus prior to the pandemic because I'm a huge Star Wars and Marvel guy. And we thought, well, with the baby on the way and everything, the Mickey Mouse Club and all the things that come with Disney Plus were going to be great. All the animated movies, Pixar, and all this other kind of stuff. And so it wasn't until I started realizing that you watch the Mickey Mouse Club. This is the animated version. Now, I had never seen it before, so of course I've got the baby in it. I'm looking for things to recommend for someone who's like 5 months old, 4 months old, that kind of thing. So of course Mickey Mouse Club comes up, and there's only so many I think 7 seasons or something like that, and we've already watched all the seasons over and over and over again. And, I never thought some interesting things that I found about the show. One, it's perfect because the animation is very basic, but it's still a little fleshed out. When you watch season one, the animation, it's like they were just getting started, and things started getting a little bit cleaner. And then towards the end of the seasons, they're starting to add shadows in and textures and things like that. Instead of basic lighting and stuff that's in all the other ones. The people who do the voices are fantastic. I really enjoy all of the characters. I was never a Mickey Mouse fan per se. When I was a little kid, maybe 3 or 4 years old, my dad took us to see Fantasia in the cinema. I'm 45 years old, to give you an idea. And that was my only real connection to Disney. I've never been to any of the Disney parks. We just didn't have the resources growing up to go and to travel and as a vacation. And I still to this day have not been to any of the Disney parks. But I digress. I've always been a Looney Tunes guy, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, that kind of thing, because that was all that was really on TV. If you wanted to see Mickey Mouse stuff, you either had to buy the VHSs or you know, um, uh, go down to Disney World. So it's been a really cool experience watching the Mickey Mouse Club, and all the voice actors are fantastic, like I said. And one of the things that I noticed, other than things being very basic for toddlers and little kids to absorb, is that all of the characters, for the most part, all always smile. And I think that's obviously a conscious effort on their part. But it dawned on me after watching so many episodes that even when they're not talking, and like maybe Daffy's talking to Mickey, and or not Daffy, Donald is talking to Mickey or Minnie or Pluto or Pete. Um, the other characters are always smiling, and I just thought, well, if you're a little kid, or it's very friendly to see these animated characters smiling all the time. It's very inviting. And I kind of got that. And now, like I've started learning all the songs. You know, my baby loves the Mickey Mouse Club when they do the roll call in the beginning. We always watch the intro. We never skip the intro. It gives you the option, but we never do it because she loves seeing this hill and see Mickey slowly coming up the hill and coming down the hill until he's big. And I can hold her in my arms, and we're watching it, and her eyes light up, and her smile starts small and gets really big when he comes right into frame. And then he's like, ha, you want to come inside my clubhouse? And, she just absolutely loves it. And then she can't speak yet, or, say many words. She mumbles and stuff and will shriek and do things like that, but she's learning the songs. And just the other day she started doing this little bopping up and down, in a sitting position when the songs come on. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come inside. It's fun inside. Boom, 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 boom. I always do that with her. I'll hold her in my arms and go boom, 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 and she loves it. Absolutely loves it. I love that they teach all these lessons all the time. They talk about sharing. They just teach very basic lessons. And I never thought as a 45-year-old man I'd be doing things like, oh, Toodles, which Toodles is the little guy that comes that brings them the Mouse-Ka-Tools. I never thought I'd be singing all those songs to the baby while it's on TV. But yeah, I mean, I think it's perfect for little kids. And you know, it's just been something that I've enjoyed sharing with my baby, and in the time that we do watch it on TV. And I would just have to say that, like, I highly recommend any parent, if you've got a little child, you know, you don't want the TV to ever babysit your kid, but there are times when, you know, it's really cool to sit and sing and all that stuff. I will say the only character I wasn't really familiar with was Pete. He always seems to be the grumpy guy, and they always seems to turn around towards the end of the episode and becomes a good guy. I don't know. You know, they have to put in a little bit of a bully or a villain to let kids understand how to cope with bullies or villains. But in his heart, Pete's always a nice guy. He just, you know, he likes to charge them beans for stuff, you know, like kind of like money, like currency. And he can be a little bit of a grumpy guy, but even him, as grumpy as he is, he's always smiling. He never puts on a frowny face or anything like that, or looks evil. I think in the original cartoon that came out, I don't know if it was the 30s or the 20s or whatever, but the Steamboat Mickey, which you can actually watch on Disney Plus, they have an earlier version of what I would call the Pete character. But for someone who never watched any Disney stuff, I just didn't know who the character was. But I highly recommend this show. I think it's fantastic. I think the kids really enjoy it. At least my kid enjoys it, and it's been a really great thing to have Disney Plus during the pandemic. So, yeah, the songs are addictive. You will start learning them and singing them even as a grown man. And I'm sure I'll probably end up being one of those fathers that sings all the Frozen songs together when she gets old enough to watch some of those animated movies. We've started watching some, but she's just, Finding Nemo has been really the only one, and Finding Dory, because she understands the big fish with the big eyes. But some of the actual fleshed out characters and the dialogue, it doesn't work for her. She's still too little. But anyway, I highly recommend, if you're a new parent and you have a chance, you can actually watch some of the episodes on YouTube. But if you have Disney Plus, you can get all of them, obviously commercial free. So I highly recommend the Mickey Mouse Club, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on Disney Plus. And we'll see you on the next video.